So it's about taking politics seriously, it's about taking the bureaucracy seriously, making it more efficient. And as you said, you need to have leadership at every level. I mean, if you are responsible for desilting tanks in a particular district, there somebody needs to take the leadership for that to desil the tank. So leadership, as he said, has to be brought to the doorstep. Leadership can't be in a mountain anymore. There has to be delivery, there has to be leadership at every single level of society. Only then we can have this implementation issue sorted out. It's not enough to have a great chief minister and a great prime minister alone. It's very, very important to have a good district magistrate and a good tahsildar and a good panchayat union chairman as well. So leadership has to be diffused, it has to be empowered, and it has to be broad-based. And I really don't think there can be one messiah for a state or the nation who can come in and solve all these problems. And leadership has to be shared. In a country of 1 billion people, we must have diffused leadership, which is an empowered leadership. As far as the shadow ministry is concerned, I think it's an absolutely great idea. I mean, I know Rajiv Gandhi tinkered with it once when he was in opposition in '89, but unfortunately his life ended in '91, so that is never carried forward in the Congress party. But if we can actually make the shadow ministries both in state governments and in central governments, I think it will improve the quality of debates and the quality of government when the flip happens after elections. I'm not saying there's going to be a flip after this election. When I say a flip happens generally after elections.
The last two questions, Mr. Singhania.
I appreciate Mr. Karthik's view. The good governance and the implementation of the policies will done everything well. But how it will be happened? Our government made one law, Right to Information Act. Our government made one law, Right to Information. After making this law, the President House, CBI, now still judiciary, everybody wants to eliminate DSL. And above all, the government has a penalty for the 25,000 rupees if the department is not answering. Now they made it 500 rupees. So how the every policy will happen? Implement. Thank you.
I personally believe that the RTI was a revolutionary step. Whether as a revolutionary step it met everybody's aspirations, I don't think it's met everybody's aspirations. The fact that it even happened is a revolution. In a country like India where we have this Official Secrets Act which has been always bandied about in front of us. The fact is that this came about because of grassroots. It came about because of grassroots movement, and that's why the RTI Act came about. It's not yet perfect, but the fact is that we must use what is there to make it more perfect. I know it's been watered down because India is a country of special interest. I mean, everybody is a special interest. Let me be very candid. FICCI is also a group of special interest people. You have special interests as well. So everybody's got special interests. And special interests will always try to cover up their own turf. But the fact is that this tool is even available is a revolutionary step. And if we can use it more often, broad-base it a lot more, educate people about the uses of this, how it works, the mechanism, I'm sure in time we will see great benefits coming out of the RTI. For every one step which is new, there will be counter steps which will try to push it back. I mean, that's natural. That happens even in businesses. I'm sure every time you come up with a revolutionary idea in your business, there's somebody there telling you, let's not do this is not how we did it before. Let's not share information about vendors openly with all our employees or something like that. You know, that's all. So openness will always be fought with vested interest. But the fact that we have it, in my personal opinion, is a step forward.
There is obviously popular demand for questions. If you don't mind, can you take 3 more questions? Mr. Sabu.
Thank you. Sir, it has been very interesting and enlightening discussion that I have seen over the last half an hour, 45 minutes. And many times when we talk to some of the enlightened politicians, they say, and perhaps rightly so, that what is 60 years in the life of a nation? But 60 years in the life of an individual is a long time. And that's why we are all individuals and we are concerned about it. Whether we are going to see that sitting in the evening of the life, the changes that you are thinking about, I don't know. I've heard with rapt attention all that has been said this afternoon, but not a word about corruption. And that's something that I personally feel is eroding the whole society, regardless of whether it is the government, bureaucracy, judiciary, corporate sector, any sector. So I don't know what is the answer. You very rightly referred to Right of Information Act, you talked about BIL, and so many acts that are coming through. They are rightly intended, but wrongly implemented. You have stressed on implementation. But where are we leading with regard to, we are trying to be a superpower, but where are we placed as far as the corruption is concerned in the Committee of Nations? And nobody seems to be bothered about it. And that's, I think, a fundamental issue. Unfortunately, we do not have any national agenda. When we talk about the political parties, we do not have a national agenda. You were talking about United States, whether it is a Republican Party or a Democratic Party, they have a national agenda. On certain issues, they say that it is off limits. And we just can't discuss that. But here, no holds barred on some of these issues. And I think this is something that needs to be debated by the young parliamentarians, young politicians. And that is where we do not have to look to the favors that can be granted from upstairs. I don't want to refer to those, what those upstairs are. Because we want to get the seat, we want to have the favors, everybody is looking for favors. So I think this is something, unless we can get out of that vicious circle, how do we get out of it, of that chakravyuh, I don't know. Thank you.
Yeah, when we talk about corruption, it's very easy to point all our fingers towards politicians. But
I have referred to everyone, every sector of the society. I have not just talked about the politicians.
No, but generally, I'm not just trying to tell you're the one who's doing that. But that's what everybody does. I mean, even I would do that, maybe. But I think we are all responsible to it. I mean, when we want something done and we want it done faster, I mean, I think none of us are above blame that we haven't indulged in something like that. Even from film ticket to getting a ticket in the trains or whatever. We always try to jump the queue in